Happy Wednesday, con weed my love bugs. I know it's been forever and a day. So much has happened. That's what happens when you take some time off for yourself, and it's just so hard when you stop and try to get back into the swing of things. But Wednesday con Wilma has been something that's been on my mind and on my heart, and I have to learn how to actively make time for it and plan for it and make it happen and do it because it was fun. And I think that I got caught up in all this energy and effort that I would put into videos, and it wouldn't get the comments, it wouldn't get the likes, it wouldn't get the views, and you just feel so like stuck and stumped and like in a funk. And it got to the point where it's just like it wasn't fun, it wasn't fun to do these videos. But the fact that I've missed them, missed doing them, missed putting time aside has reminded me as to why do I do them and the fun that I miss doing them and not worrying about all those outside influences. So this week I decided to just jump right back into it, just like I jumped into doing the YouTube videos eons ago. And I'm just going to do this quick get ready with me video for office makeup with a little pop of a color, using my QVEEN lipstick in the color Monroe. So without further ado, let's get into the get ready with me steps. Okay, so let's get into it. We are doing our prep. We are using Tula. I'm just going to try to grab some more. Actually, I need to go buy some more because this is pretty much out. But we are going to place it into the skin so I can press it all over. And I love this vitamin C oil. It's really, really good for the skin. Been utilizing it a lot and just massaging that in there as much as possible to prep my skin for today's makeup look. Just making sure I get it right up under the eyes, all over. We're then going to move in to our using Tula again, loving Tula. This is their sunscreen. It's a little greasy, but I do like it because it does not give me like any breakouts. Like I was using another sunscreen and it just would make my eyes water. I definitely went a little too heavy, but either way, we're going to prepare the skin for the sun rays using I think it's called a guagua or gouache, I don't know. Don't get me saying up the mess of words. It's my rose quartz one. Just pressing that all over to the skin along with the vitamin C to make sure the skin is nice, perky, and prepped and plumped and all that goodness for today's makeup look. Just making it all into the skin, making sure that I did what I needed to do. It's called a sleeping mask, but I use it as an all day balm. It definitely conditions the lips really, really well. It's nice, and it's like a good amount. Like this jar is gonna last me until the end of the year, probably, because like you don't really need a lot, and a little goes a long way. So I'm loving that. And we're going to prep these brows by placing them in place using my Fenty clear wax. I'm going to brush the brow over, putting that placement in. I really like this technique. I feel like it captures the product really well. Using my Anastasia stick, going under the brow to kind of like carve it out, but also lets me know not to draw too far down. I love this pinpoint pencil. And I just always go under the brow, over the brow, and then fill in. That's always been like what's best technique for me to give me a nice natural full in look. And I just go with the natural shape of my brow. But I've been loving this Benefit Brow Wow pencil. I believe it's in the color 4.5, but I gotta make sure. But here I am just brushing the product over, giving it a nice vibe check. Doesn't pass the vibes, you already know. And then we're gonna go over to do it to the other side. And of course, I didn't realize that the mirror is blocking the whole other brow. But, copy paste out here, doing from one thing to the other, making sure it's symmetrical and as even as possible, as close to primas as I can get them to, because brows are primas. You try to get them to be identical twins, but one's always out here wilding. But anywho, out here combing out the product so that it's not super dark and dense, and making sure that it's a nice even color so that one doesn't look super darker than the other, which I'm getting from here, so that's why you see me still brushing it out. We're gonna now put in my Milani 2-in-1 color concealer. I've been loving this formula. This is actually like the second concealer that I brought, second or third, but it's been doing what it needs to get done, and I'm with it. And as you can see, just carve up right there where I put the Anastasia brow and make that a nice clean look. That is what the goal is, to make it nice and clean for the look. And this is just a little rinky-dink brush that I've had forever and a day. I believe it's supposed to be an eyeliner brush, but I like it better as a brow concealer brush. I don't make the rules, I just do what I do. And here I am going over because I probably have taken off some product, and you know, sometimes that happens too. As you're trying to clean them up, you can kind of wipe out your work, so it's good to go in and just make sure they all on point. Dale, el próximo. And you know, I love me a good NYX Control Freak, and we have a long work day today, so these brows need to last me all day. I have to go into the office and be there till 7, so I can't be here with a half brow, you know. The whole brow gotta be there. I need my whole brow for the day. So we're gonna sit here and make sure that it stays on. Next, using my Benefit Professional, because I'm going into my professional job today, we're going to place this over my pores. So I usually put this over like cheek and nose motion, maybe a little bit over on the chin, but I don't really like to use this like all over the face. And that's also with any primer. I like to use the primer for its actual job. Like for instance, if it's a mattifying one, I like to put it in mattifying areas. But now that that is on, we're going to go back in with that Milani concealer and conceal those eyes, guys, y'all. My puppy has been wilding for the last 2 weeks, and he's just not been feeling well and been barking at all hours of the night. So we got to cover that exhaustion. And this concealer might just do the trick. It just might. It might just act like I actually got a full 8 hours of sleep. This BH Cosmetics brush, I love for buffing out concealer. I feel like it just gets right into the nicks and crannies of it all, especially on that eyelid. Like, you can just buff it out and just keep beating that into the face so that it just has this nice seaming look. I absolutely love this brush. I need to go see if they have it again and see if they sell it on its own, because I believe I brought it in a set. Either way, I love what it does and allows me to just beat that concealer into place and get going and blend it all out. All over. But yeah, I definitely gotta get another one for sure. I know that if it's a favorite on me, I will love it on a client. And I like to try my best to get as multiples. I didn't know I was going to love this brush as much. And like I said, it came in a set. So I got to definitely look on the BH Cosmetics website to see if it's a loaner and if I can purchase it that way. But it definitely gets the job done in a quick skip, fast, and hurry. So next, we're going to go use my Maybelline Fit Me in the matte shade. I'm using the 322 color. I forget the actual name of it, but I always remember the number is 322. And it's in its last. I actually have to re-up on this. And I like putting it all over my face and then blending it out. And this is also one of those, a little goes a long way. I absolutely love this Maybelline foundation. It's one of my OGs. No matter what foundation I buy, whether it's high end, whatever, I always make sure to keep a bottle of this foundation on decky, okay? Because it's going to do what it needs to be done. And for like $7, like, come on. Sometimes it might be on sale for $5. Come with it, makeup gods. Yes, Jesus. Anyway, I absolutely love this foundation. And I love it for all types of clientele types too. Like with this, has a lot of great shades, a lot of in-between shades that if you know how to mix well, you can always get some additional shades for your clients. So you don't have to pack your kit super heavy if you have some of those primary colors of theirs. But either way, it's all over. Now let's go get it. This, I think it's called Siat or Kayat or K. I guess yo, I don't know. There's an accent on the name of this brand. But I love this powder. Silky smooth. And we're going to set this foundation right up under the eyes. Like I said, I got a long day at the office. And baby girl, don't need the makeup to be creasing, you know. I got things to do that requires me to be around people, which is really weird after not being around them for like a whole year and some change. I miss remote work. Get better. Any hoosers, we're going to put this powder all over the face. And while that sets, I'm also going to go take care of my eyes. I'm also using this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush, which I'm pretty sure is not for that. But again, you remix your brushes as you see fit. Coming in with Juvia's Place with the Browns palette. Or this called the Chocolates. Guess it, yo. I call it the Browns palette. Because I know I'm going to do a very bold lip. I love how subtle and natural these browns are. And they can be dressed up or just be very plain or matte. Like she has 3 beautiful matte brown shades. And then she also has, 4 and 2 shimmers. They're gorgeous. I have been loving this palette when I have to go into the office. It allows you to do a little on the eyes as if you did a lot. But yeah, I'm taking my blender brush and just putting that all over the eyelid. This is me checking on my puppy, making sure he's not eating something he's not supposed to, because apparently dogs like to end their lives too soon. Like I don't be feeding him the right kibble. He's disrespectful. But anyway, back to the blending. So as you can see, it's all over the lid for that transition. And then I'm going to go in with a more like reddish brown on the outer crease of my eye with the same blender brush. I just like how it picks up the pigments and it makes it easier for me to place it on that outer lid. It's not too heavy and you can just kind of like go with the natural shape of your eye. But any hoosers, you're going to keep going like that in a circular wind washer mode and blending that out so you can get the desired effect. And this is me in turbo mode because I got to get to the office at least by 10 o'clock. And baby girl was out here shooting a YouTube video. So you already know how that should go. But anywho, continue to blend this out, buff this out. And I am going to get my Eco Styles bamboo brush, which I love this flat tip and I love how it picks up like shimmers, because it just allows you to place it on the eyelid so nice and effortlessly. Oh, say that a few times. But like I love how it's like a nice golden color without that like chijon gold. Like I don't need a chandelier on my eye. I just want a little shimmer, a little something to break up this matte shade. And I absolutely love that like gildedness that it has. And so Now that that's all over the eye, we're going to continue to blend that out so that it doesn't look chunky, and try to make sure that you can't see where one shade starts and the other one stops, which is what the whole point of blending. And then we're going to copy and paste to the other side. Did my eye off camera. Now I'm dusting off the powder so that we can get going. I'm going to move on and get my contouring done. But yeah, definitely really love the precision of the brush. I normally use this as a highlighter brush too, but I've been loving it for the powder. Using my Ace of Beauty palette that I got from BoxyCharm. I have been loving this palette so much. Like, the formula is so smooth, and I'm going to be using my BoxyCharm contour brush, and I love this, how it just right there is precise. You just buff that out. Been loving this contour brush that I got in one of my boxes. And just brush that into the cheek upwards so that you can contour that face. I always feel like you brush upwards so that you can have that nice cut into the face. Brushing down, I think, would kind of like fade into that foundation that you buffed out. And then you can go up under for that jawline, but very, very lightly. You don't want to be too heavy. Well, or you do. Who knows? I don't know your life. Maybe you want it heavy. That's up to you. But for me, I like it a little lighter on my jaw, just so that I can be cognizant of like clothing wise and not getting things dirty. Then I'm gonna go over to the crown of my head into my temple and buff that out, and make sure that I'm just touching up on my cheeks, and make sure that it's all over. You know, sometimes you are a little generous on one side of your face than the other, and I know that I am rushing, so who knows? I don't want to be completely lopsided. I do a little on the nose because I'm going to be wearing my mask inside of an office, so why bother, right? I know. Passes the vibe check. I love this Bare Minerals brush. I take good care of it because it was a gratis gift when I worked at Macy's. And here I am using the MAC Star Trek collab. It says all over face powder, but I use it for my blush. I love that it has like a tint of orange and some shimmer in it, so it has like a built-in highlighter. I love how, that's me checking on my dog. You see how quick my head was? That dog gets into everything, y'all. But I love how it just hugs your cheeks in that cone motion. It has that preciseness of it. I absolutely love this brush. Going back in to make sure I didn't take off any of that contour powder, bronzer. This guy I got in a freebie bag from Ulta, and ever since I've been using it, it's from Maybelline. I think it's called Make It Last or something like that. I love this setting spray. It's a matte setting spray. It doesn't have any weird odors. It does what it needs to get done. Here I am patting me down. I need a little hand fan, y'all. But I absolutely love this setting spray. Using my Colourpop Sol face and body highlighter and this little fan brush. I'm just going to place it on the top of my cheeks. I don't really need a lot because, like I said, that MAC face powder has that extra shimmer in it already built in that I use for blush. And making sure that I put a little bit up under to my temple, under the brow. Give it that nice extra gilded pop, y'all. But right down the bridge of my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and making it do. If anything gonna work today, it's definitely gonna be my face. Moving on. We're going to give ourselves a little bit more setting spray. Like I said, I have a long day today. So this got to work for all day, you know. Now this hair, about to go do this hair. The hair was done. I put Miss Rizos in it and just diffused it. I'm using my QVEEN liquid lipstick in the shade Monroe. I believe I got that as on a BoxyCharm subscription as well. I really like how when it dries down more of like a blue red, and it isn't like this bright pinkish red. And I also like the matte formula. It dries down without completely sucking out the moisture of your lips. Like you don't feel like, you know, just dry as all hell. Sahara Desert lips. That's the phrase that some liquid lips make your lips feel. Just dry as all hell. Drought season. But this one definitely doesn't do that, especially since I have some of the lip mask as a, what's that called? Like a moisturizer on top. So it's giving a lot more shine than it normally would. Had I not had that, it would be a lot more matte. If I didn't have that moisturizer on the lip. But there you go. Full look. Now I'm going to put on my Lavish style hoops because, you know, I got shit to do. And I got the red lip on. And what powerful Latina doesn't have her gold hoops to finish off and let the world know she got shit done? That's not going to be me. Not during this Hispanic Heritage Month. So, like I said, the hoops are from Lavish Style Hoops. And I absolutely love the style. They have some weight on them. So, for those girls who don't like heavy earrings, they are a little weighted. This is my Carolina Herrera Good Girl perfume. I gotta smell good, do some good. You know how it is. Ow. And there you have it. That's today's office look. Thank you for spending some of your Wednesday conmigo. And to consistency and more efforts and spending time on doing something that you like. So look forward to making more content for you guys. Hopefully you guys find me and continue to grow with me. And to that I say Feliz Wednesdays and till next week. Lo vemos.